You're watching The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
What is up, everybody? As they said, this is The Experience. This in particular is Triple T, Talking Treats Trivia. I am your hostess with the middle-ish, host with the most, Chuck Pineau. Took a while to get that out. How's everybody doing today? It's a stupid question because none of you guys are going to answer. But if you're in the comments today, please like, share. As always, we got another great show. You know, we always have terrific interviews with awesome people, and we talk with them. We learn about their sweet, you know, usually comic-related projects. Though thinking about maybe expanding a little bit, and yeah, then we do some awesome trivia, and the winner of that trivia gets a sweet prize package from that creator we talked to. Wendy, how you feeling today?
I'm good.
Yeah? And are you hearing me okay?
Yeah.
I'm double blasting you through your ears.
Yeah.
And
I had to turn the volume down.
I bet, because I'm a loud bastard. All right, guys. Well, let us know what you're doing in the comments. We're really excited about you, but you know what? I know this guy loves me way too much. I can't hold Braden Cox back any longer, folks. He's going to, like, Kool-Aid Man jump through the screen at me. I can feel it. So, let's do it, man. Triple T, let's bring on Braden.
You'll make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
Your line was supposed to be, oh, yeah!
Oh, okay. You bet.
All right, take two. Let's do it again. Nah, dude, it's so good to see you, man.
You too.
Braden is a super freaking awesome dude. We've worked together on several books, and when I was, because he lives up in the Washington State area, when I was there back at the end of 2021 for Emerald City, ECCCCCC, he came inside and we hung out, took us out for dinner. Hello, what's going on, man? Took us out for dinner. We all went out and had some Chinese food. We had an amazing time. He brought me a bunch of books, and guys, I almost sold out of the books just that night. And you brought me like a good number, like 15 to 20 books, right?
I think I brought you, what was it? I brought you 5 of each variant and then 10 of the base for Sever.
So probably closer to like 25. Yeah, no, dude, it was amazing. And it did really well, man. You've done, dude, name a bunch of your books.
Okay, I guess we can talk about me. So, I came back, so when I first got into this, my first title was Reclaiming Godhood. I then helped with a horror anthology with Insane Comics called Insane Asylum, which now everyone just kind of uses as a freebie on their Kickstarter campaigns. And I also, after a while, I took a break from the Reclaiming Godhood and from comics in general, and I came back just a few years ago with Sever being my first venture back into comics, and then I did It Was Nobody, which is probably my most sorry, now I'm still
your most well received book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I just did one about a year ago called Outwash Onslaught, and it was an ode to like 80s horror slashers, and it's our most popular right now. And I have a current book on Kickstarter right now called The Forgotten Tome, and it's just a collection of horror short stories that I submitted to anthologies that never took off.
So I'm going to get into this because this is something I really love about you, Bray, and not just Braden and I are really close. I love this dude; he's such a good guy. But one thing I'm really proud of him is he did Reclaiming Godhood, stopped, and correct me if I'm wrong. Kind of looked back on it and went, I'm not super proud of it. I really could have done. I feel like now I could do a lot better, and it's tough because we do see our own marks. But you easily could have tried to do it again, or you could have quit altogether because you were out for a little bit. But instead, you came back strong with some really good titles, working really hard and just showing off what you could do. What what do you think it takes in you to just be able to be like, screw it, man. No, I'm ready to do this and go back
A
out.
lot. It
Yeah,
takes a lot.
yeah, I believe it.
But,
I believe it.
yeah, it's just because you're always gonna fight with, like, I guess it's like imposter syndrome, like
Yeah, the
where
voice in your
you
head.
think you belong there, and it's like, people don't, and then but you feel like you don't. A lot of it is that because, like, I always talk about, how I feel like I'm not, doing well enough, but apparently, or like I don't feel like I'm doing, like I'm writing as good as I could be, or etc. But it seems like that my newest work is being pretty well received, and people seem to love it. So I am very happy.
Because you've written mostly horror. Like Sever, when I tell Sever at my table, I'll tell people it's an LGBTQ horror romance about a high school metal band whose drummer comes back from the dead. And I'm telling you, dude, when I pitched that, it went flying out. And I found that most of your titles since coming back are different takes on horror. Do you feel like you really in horror kind of found your voice and sort of found yourself as a creator?
I think so, honestly. Like, horror is just it's one of those taboo things I love. I love still, like I love some of my favorite stuff is Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, Sam
Yeah,
Ram, and he does like a lot of like he does a lot of horror, but he has like a lot of like goofy, silly horror.
yeah,
And but he also ties in like some serious like elements into some of his more like more serious horror stuff. So
yeah.
I feel like horror has helped me find kind of found my way back into comics because when I first started I was just kind of following the fad, which was like superhero actiony comics, and
Yeah.
I although like my people like the action scenes in Godhood, I don't know, I don't feel very like attached to it as I do to like like It Was Nobody or Outwash Onslaught or even you know
No parent is willing to admit it, but the reality is that we all have our favorite children. You can say whatever you want, people. You can be like, oh no, I love them all equally. Bull crap. I don't buy it. None of us buy it. We know the truth. Little Jimmy, he's
everyone
your
has a
favorite.
favorite genre.
Right? Yeah. And so no, dude, I'm so glad. Now we you got a Kickstarter going on. Why don't we talk a little bit about the Forgotten Tome?
All right, so The Forgotten Tome is a series of short stories that I've pitched to anthologies over the years that ended up never blossoming or ended up getting cut towards the last editing rounds. So I have three stories in this. I have The Sagittarius Killer, which is a story I submitted to an anthology one of my friends was trying to make called Horoscope, and
Thank you,
he
JD.
was like, "All right, yeah," he was like, I'm gonna give you guys the zodiac sign from the horoscope, and we're gonna write, you know, we're gonna write
Yeah.
I want you to write a horror story based on that zodiac. So I did The Sagittarius Killer, and it's like this. It's about this detective trying to solve the case of some strange murders and things that don't make sense until he is confronted by Sagittarius, the zodiac. And then The next one is The Never-Ending Flame, and it's about... Well, I guess we'll go in order. So the Unholy Confessions of a Hungry Nun is about this girl who joins the nunhood because she wants to find her way and find her way to help her community, through the work of God but she's plagued by the sin of gluttony, as you can see right there. That's what that page is her like just binge eating.
Yeah.
And then Good Friday rolls around, which is the day of fasting, and so she has to try to make it through the day of fasting without, starving, and it gets pretty fun.
It gets pretty
Great
fun.
idea, Flynn.
Right? Well, get the book so you guys can see what Braden's idea of fun is. We do have a bunch of people who have shown up. Danielle is in the house. What's going on, girl? John Stout, Lyle, Jeff, my girl, Jeff Rogie. Dude, so many good people here, man. Please, everybody, check this out. And what I like to say is, not only, if you're like, I don't have the money to support another comic or something right now, trust me, I get it. But at least if you could check it out and share it out, maybe to people that you might like or your own fans and friends or whatever, that would be amazing, because we have been given a very amazing prize by Braden to give to you guys this weekend, or this week. Oh yeah. That's just a sneak peek. So yeah, guys, if you could, that would be lovely if you shared it about. And let us know if you did too, please. Braden, you and I hang out together an awful lot. Wendy and I had so much fun getting questions for you, because I was like, let's do some horror, let's do some video games, let's do some fantasy, let's do some Fortnite questions, like just all sorts of stuff. Just because you're my boy, I know you. Is there a weird genre or specific thing that you would say you would kill at trivia if they did this specific type of trivia?
I don't know. That's a hard question. I like to think that I'm a pretty good history buff. So
yeah. But
I did study or mythology. I lied. I would smash in mythology.
Yeah, I believe you would. Yeah. Well, because we were at what did we do? We did trivia at Comic Palooza 2 years back, and they did The Office trivia, and I was like, oh, okay. And actually, I ended up doing really well at it. But yeah, so you just never know the weird kinds of trivia they're gonna create. So you've got Sever, you've got Outwash Onslaught. Have you told us about Outwash at all?
Oh, so no, I haven't talked about the other titles. I think we only touched on just the current Kickstarter right now.
All right, well, let's talk about the other titles.
Okay, so as Chuck already spoiled Sever. No,
is it a spoiler?
So it's about this high school metal band and their drummer died in a horrific car accident, and then 3 years later she shows back up on her girlfriend's doorstep and is on the hunt for is hunting down a power hungry necromancer cult.
Dude, where does that come from? I know where part of it comes from.
So this is actually based off of a lot of high school experiences. I played in a heavy metal band, and the garage.
And your drummer came back from the dead?
Yeah, that too. Yeah. We didn't. They weren't hunting anything though, but we just kept them around still. But anyways, but I actually have a lot of throwbacks in that book. The garage space we used to jam at was my friend Roger. He turned it into a place he lived, and was called the Beat Lab. And you can actually see the Beat Lab and this garage in Sever. So and I'm a sucker for like necromancy, like that's my I love, I love zombies and skeletons and severed hands.
Yeah.
And so
And
but there's a lot that it also deals with, like it deals with like, dealing with friends who think that their status is too important for them to like, acknowledge you not in private. Like that's something I dealt with in high school too, is we had a friend that he would treat us like that. So he would be like outside of school it was okay for him to talk to us, but like whenever we said hi to him at school or anything, he'd be like, why are you talking to me? And
uh,
yeah.
yeah, that's
That's where
rough,
the
man.
Katie, yeah, and you see that in Katie, the character Katie. So
Yeah. Well, since I work with zombies, I understand. Danielle is impatiently waiting for part 2 and 3. That's my fault. He's written it. I got to be editing it. So I'm gonna take. I deserve this pegging, not him.
what
This is my
Danielle is
fault.
that? Is that my Danny?
Yeah, it's your Danny, and yeah, that's my
Oh,
fault. So I'm taking that. Um, not
she
because I
knows
really needed.
too.
So we've got
She's
Sever,
hmm.
Outwash Onslaught.
Okay, and it was, yeah. So Outwash Onslaught, I wrote with my ex brother-in-law a while ago. Chad Jernigan. We're still on really good terms. He's really cool. Like we wrote this book originally as a 4-part series, and I believe I had Chuck look it over, and he's like, you know what, you could do all this in like just one book. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And so I went through and I rewrote it, and I let Chad look it over, and he was like, oh yeah, and he kind of made a little bit of changes to it, and he was like, okay, yeah, that's good. And so then we had Chuck edit it, and it's actually a really nice looking book. I don't know how well you
Oh
guys can see
yeah.
that.
And what I love about that book too is that it's got, first off, the artist is terrific, but also and you know what? To go back to Sever real quick, Tim Sparvero does the art for Sever, right?
Yes.
Amazing artist. Love his like almost neo manga, neo American manga style. Really enjoy it a lot. It's really fun. Um, and then this
And he
one
does
too. Yeah.
pinups real good too.
Pardon me.
He does pinups real good too.
Oh yes, he does. That's true. And then this one, I love the covers because again, you did a lot of like shout outs to metal music and all that kind of stuff, which I'm a huge fan. Your Dio cover is killer. It's one of the ones that I didn't want to sell all of them because I want to keep that cover.
I regret selling all of them because
Yeah, I bet.
I didn't realize how fast they went until I was like, oh, I was like, I need to keep one for myself, and I reached in to look for one, and I was like, oh crap, I'm out of them.
You know what you should do? I have, and we don't. I don't even need to be saying this here, but whatever. You should. I have a printer who prints in small batches. You could see if you could print yourself, say like even one, a copy of that with a metal cover. You could do a metal cover of the
That'd be
Dio
really cool.
for yourself. And dude, honestly, that only cost you probably like between 20 and $30.
That'd be
And I
actually
mean,
really cool.
to have the
Frame it.
only singular metal cover of Sever with that Dio cover, dude, that's ridiculous. Like, guys in the comments, if
Yeah.
you love metal covers, shout out. But yeah, dude. So we got Sever, Onslaught. You talked about Forgotten Tome. What else do we have? Oh, Nobody.
It was Nobody.
Yes.
That is a story that I put a lot of heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
And it's probably my best received work, even though it's very dark and very sad. So the story of It Was Nobody follows a young boy who is dealing with domestic abuse at home, and he can't get help. He can't get help, and he ends up befriending a monster called Nobody, and so Nobody ends up helping him get through his, what he's dealing with.
So he can literally say, "Nobody helps me."
And that's kind of like the joke about it. It's like, what happened here? It was nobody,
Yeah.
But it's
Well-
I kind of took a little bit of inspiration from Odyssey when, Odysseus tells the Cyclops, "My name is no one." So like when the Cyclops gets his eye stabbed out and he's like, "Ah," and the other ones are coming up asking him what happened. He's like, "It was no one." And they're like, "All right, this guy's a nut, dude." Like he just stabbed out his own eye.
That's hilarious.
And so, but yeah, it's also just, it's definitely I feel it is one of my better, probably my best title I've put out so far.
Yeah. Well, and I love it. We have all these people shouting out metal, and John Stout brings a great point. I do love metal covers. I only have a few because of the price. I mean, I have two. I have one from one of my favorite series from one of my boys, Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies, which is on Kickstarter right now. If you haven't backed it, check it out. I'm going to be in it. And then I have a metal cover of Belial 3, and that's it. So yeah, man. Jay says, I kind of hope metal cards of the covers of books made into a campaign one day. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, actually, dude. I might consider doing that because I think that's something that would be collectible and fun, is metal cards. So yeah, you got me thinking, Jay.
That's what got Outwash over its final stretch goal.
The metal cards?
Yeah.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah, that was one of that was the final stretch goal, was a metal card of, the cover, but we turned it into so that you could use it as a 2/2 zombie token for Magic the Gathering.
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay. So, do you have any of those left over?
Yeah, I have lots of them.
Oh, dude. Next time something gets sent my way, let me know and I'll throw in a couple extra bucks for that, because I would love one of those.
You should have got one in your comp package.
I probably do. Now I have to go through it.
It's probably in there.
I probably accidentally sold it to someone. Now I'm a douche.
Oh no.
Larissa says Coffin Comics has metal cards. Yeah, they have a lot of metal stuff. Dude, okay, so guys, we're gonna all go check out The Forgotten Tome. Absolutely amazing book from our boy Braden Cox here. Braden, what do you have for these awesome trivia players today?
For trivia? Oh,
yeah, not the questions.
The prizes?
I do, exactly, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to be offering the Outwash Onslaught Kickstarter package, which will come with all of the stretch goals that came in the Kickstarter. So you'll get the book, you'll get a pin, a 2-inch enamel pin, a metal trading card that you can use as a zombie token for Magic the Gathering, a sexy pinup coaster done by Tim Sparvero, and a little black mini print done in the style of, I want to say it's like very Sin City-ish, where it's like black background, but it's like drawn in blood.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. And guys, remember, don't sell your metal cards. Keep them. Dude, thank you so much, man. I hope The Forgotten Tome kills it out there. Guys, please check this guy's work out. I stand by him. I love his stuff, and I love this dude so much. Braden, thank you so much for coming out, man.
Always.
You're always welcome back, dude. Always. Definitely. Guys, we're going to be back right after this with some awesome trivia. Do not miss it, because as we already said, there's that amazing prize package coming up. So right after this.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.
Comic Collectibles is a pretty straightforward show. You got Rex here. He sells the comics. And you got Rockin' Robbie. He knows about the comics. And finally, John, well, no one really knows what John does. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, but he just keeps showing up. Come to think of it, I don't even really know how he gets in here. Anyway, awesome comics, rare books, rarer signatures, slabbed books, and amazing cover sketches by Ken Hazer and others. Simple formula: you want the comics, you buy the comics. To sum up, Rex sells the comics, Robbie knows the comics, and John, who might possibly be a ghost. I mean, seriously, has anyone ever seen him show up or leave? Comic Collectibles with Rex and John, Mondays from 6 to 8 Eastern on The Experience. Comic Culture and Sales.
Go follow The Experience on TikTok at @the_EXP1 or scan the QR code on the screen. Our TikTok is like everywhere else we are, except you only have to deal with us for a minute. Seems like a win-win to me.
You make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
What is going on, everybody?
Oh, you're
Okay,
muted.
cool. I wanted to see
Hold on, you're
if I could hear me. Wendy's got her mic going on over there. What's up?
I don't know. I can't hear you. I don't know if anyone else can.
I can hear me.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear.
Okay.
You're not hearing anything?
No.
All right.
But
Well,
I
then
can hear you
maybe
talking
you should.
to me face to face. So
Well, here's a fun thing, guys. It seems that Wendy's mic is the only one that's working right now because Chuck, I'm getting a little mute sign next to your name.
Yeah, I did. I muted me.
Oh, you muted her. Okay, so it's okay. Never mind.
Just because we're trying to upgrade the show, so I put Wendy put the nice microphone in front of her computer.
Okay, perfect. I just didn't know if that's what you were going to do it.
Yeah, is it working?
Yeah, I can hear you both. Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Then I think we're gonna keep going, guys. We got some great trivia. We have the awesome Braden going on. And so why don't we do some sweet trivia? We've got, remember, just so you know the rules, points for pretty much everything. 3 points for the first person, 2 points for the second person to chime in, 1 point for everybody else. Yeah, see, they say they didn't hear Wendy. Good.
it
So,
was going to
yeah.
happen eventually, Jay.
So, you know what? Let's start this up and do it up. So, Wendy, do you have question number 1 ready?
No, I'm not ready.
Oh, well, then get ready. Come on. I've been like vamping and talking. And
I've had it ready for an hour. So let's go. All right. Number 1. Name one of 3 artists who have sold over 100 million albums worldwide as both a solo artist and part of a band combined as of February 2021.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, Wendy, the power behind the throne, indeed. Jess says, let's do this. All right. So, yeah. They have to name all 3 bands?
No, just one. So name one artist who has sold over 100 million albums worldwide as both a solo artist and part of a band combined.
So we might get a first place and a second place person who give different answers.
Yes.
I like that a lot. So Nick Jonas, not Nick Jonas. Okay, we have 2 correct answers already.
Yes, we do.
So, yep. That's right. So, make some of those correct answers for yourselves so you guys can get some points.
Yeah, not hard. There's only 4 answers up there. Two
Yeah,
of them
right?
Are, 2 of them are correct.
And
so
if you're wrong, then
remember, it's as a solo artist and part of a band combined.
So
Elvis doesn't fit that.
yeah, Elvis wasn't in a band really. He had a backing band.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
50-50 chance.
Yep.
No, you're right. Paul McCartney, Jay gets the 3 points.
Yep.
And Jess Rogie gets the 2 points for Michael Jackson. And then we'll give points to Lyle and Danielle. And we'll give some to
That's a good guess,
John.
John.
John Henley's a good answer.
Not correct, but
It's
it's
not
a good
correct,
answer.
but it's good. So we'll give some points to John too. Who's the third person again?
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins. Should have been Sting.
I guess they haven't sold 100 million yet.
Not by 2021. He's still working at it.
Yeah. Most likely.
Do we have question number 2, perhaps?
Sure. All right, number 2. Which online game developer did the CDC contact for permission to use in-game information to improve their models for global pandemics? Not the name of the game, but who released the game.
I love that JD knows that one. Yeah, it's one of my favorite trivias too, because the game's been out for a long time.
Games,
huh?
One of our favorite games.
And it is one of our favorite games. That's true. Wendy and I played it a lot together. It's an online game. It's been around for a long time, and yeah, we had such a good time with that game, and they actually had this virus that ended up coming in, and it didn't work the way that they thought it would. Yeah. And so you actually would almost effectively lose your character, basically.
Well, and you spread it to other
and you would spread it to
game.
Other people when you touch them. You created a pandemic. And so how people reacted was what the CDC was like, oh my gosh, let's take that. Because people didn't want their characters to actually die.
Yeah.
So
they actually monitored and took some data from how the players reacted to what was going on with their characters and stuff. Lyle, if Chuck had developed that game, we would not be where we are.
No, and we would have much better lighting and sound and everything. We'd have we would have a booth. We would fly JD in every week, and we'd make sure that he had great barbecue and tacos and stuff. It'd be awesome. So no one's getting it. No. It's not pandemic.
All right, so
it's an online role playing
So why don't we say if you know the name of the game, that's good enough too.
Yeah.
So either the name of the game or the name of the developer.
It's an online RPG, massive multiplayer online RPG. It's the biggest. It's mood lighting. I like that. Yeah. It doesn't get much bigger than this game as far as MMOs are concerned. And now everyone's just like...
And even if you've never played it, you've heard of it for sure.
100%. I think even my parents have heard of it. Dungeons and Dragons? No. Okay, Braydoxy. See? Look who's coming in. Brayden's trying to win his own prize. But maybe you guys should steal his answer. There you go. ZJ Burns jumps in. Fallout. That would be neat. That would
make sense.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He says they thought that it wasn't quite lifelike because they thought actual people wouldn't purposefully endanger themselves in a real pandemic.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win my money, so
I win my own stuff, so I save money.
That's great. So we're gonna give 2 points to 3 points to what? You want to give them to Brayden?
Well, I mean, you did answer first, but I think because he's the creator, the interviewee, then my opinion is that the 3 points should go to Jay.
Okay, so we'll give the
Brayden
3 points
can have
to
a
Jay,
point.
and then we'll give everyone else points.
Well, everyone who answered yes.
Yeah. John and Lyle. Yeah. Okay, cool. He deserves a comic book. Jay, he is. He's got the 3.
Yeah, he got the 3 points.
All right, Wendy, would you like to do question number 3?
Sure. Well, that's why I got him.
Well, I know, but like last week, you suddenly jumped to 6.
According to Rotten Tomatoes, which horror movie is the scariest ever made?
I got this 1 and 1, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone who answers, don't be shy. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. But yeah, I got this one right away. Very, very proud of this one. It is. It's probably the scariest. I still crap my pants to this day. Scream. No, Lyle, not Scream. But
Much older than that.
yeah. Jay knows he's got points coming to him. He can feel it. Yeah, Jess. Exorcist. So yeah, it's Exorcist, guys. 3 points to Jay, 2 points to Jess, point to Lyle, and answer quick, guys, so we can get you guys some points too. So if Danny's still there, or John Stout, anybody else, feel free to jump in with the correct answer. I knew that was just keep my mouth shut. That's sweet of you. Okay. Oh, John Stout did give one, so good.
Yeah,
Right.
he got a point.
Terrific. Do we want to go on to question number 4, or do we?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, look. Danny
Danny
popped in.
Good for you.
Awesome.
And
Danny
Lyle?
gets a point.
All right,
And I already gave Lyle his
cool.
point.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. Number 4. What year was Fortnite released?
Braden and I, our friendship really blossomed because of Fortnite. Our kids both played Fortnite, and I joked around about playing it one day, and he was like, dude, you want to play? And I was like, yeah, okay. And we've been friends on Fortnite now for like almost 3 years. And so, yeah, man, it's been really cool. I never thought that Fortnite would get me a job, but it did. Not 2008. 2000, dear God. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, that's close, Lyle. You're close.
There's someone who's even closer, though, I would say.
Closer than Lyle.
Yeah, just got it right away.
Oh, I didn't even see let's see.
Yeah.
It's doing that weird thing. The first answer I saw.
Yeah, I know
was
it does
John.
jump them around a little bit.
Yeah.
We've been serving together in the Fortnites for several years now. It's true, man. Dude, we play together all the time with our buddy Eric and other people, and we like to call it killing kids.
Want to go kill some kids?
We'll do it all the time. Want to go kill some kids? Yep.
All right. So we got Jess got it first. Jay got it second.
Okay.
And then
Lyle, John.
Yep, Lyle, John get a point.
Excellent.
I think that's everyone who answered.
You have a question 5?
I do.
Ooh,
I did not
this.
skip it.
She thinks she's so good.
All right, here's another. We got a lot of video game questions, people. So if you're not into video games, sorry. The city of Tristram is used in every installment of which video game franchise?
Tristram. You're immediately greeted by an old man. Good day, sir. I knew you would know that, JD. I was certain.
Don't you wish you could play too, JD?
Yeah, he'd have so many books by now.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, he probably does anyway.
He says he does that voice really well. I believe it. I would be like, I'd walk into town and walk up to him, and I'd just be like, I'm sold.
Lyle is actually a video game title,
Yeah.
not the company that released it.
It's not Zelda. Let's just say Its newest installment just came out.
It's number 4.
It is number 4. That's true. I wasn't gonna say that because that could be a dead giveaway, but that's fine.
Okay. So number 4 of this game just came out.
And it's not even really a city, it's a small village. Oh, Lyle, I did not know you were almost 70. Well then, Lyle, what I would do is I would watch someone like Jess, who probably has a correct answer when she says Diablo, and I'd steal that one as soon as possible. That's what I would do. Because I'm all about stealing answers. But yeah. Get your answers in there, guys. Because Lyle can't be the only one to get all the points. Oh, and CJ jumps in with the Diablo. There we go. So points, 3 points for Jess, 2 points for Jay.
Yep.
Point for Lyle.
John
just did it too. Good job, John.
All right.
Be careful, guys, because some of your answers are taking a bit, and I don't know if we're just way ahead of you or what. But
It'll reorganize it as in the order that they got put in. For
Yeah.
us, it's showing up in a weird order sometimes, so we have to wait a minute and make sure that everything catches up.
Okay.
So
sometimes we might have to change our ansers.
yeah,
Oh, no,
like
it turns out this guy-
who got it first, that kind of thing.
Jess loves
Awesome.
trivia day. I wouldn't start now. Every time I sit down to a video game now, I start thinking about how I'm spending my dwindling days on this earth. That's the only reason I play video games.
Because that's how you want to spend those
That's
days.
how, yeah. Like, I want to actually enjoy my life. It's all the fires in Canada. Oh, that's terrible, Lyle. Great joke, but terrible joke. I love it. He did a roast on home. You know what, though? We have a couple more questions, but why don't we take a break first? We're halfway through, right?
We're halfway through. That means
Cool,
we're going to
guys.
have to rush through the last half.
All right, let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back. You guys, it's really close. So come on back, and you're going to win that awesome Outwash Onslaught prize package. We'll see you in a few.
Why was Princess Zelda sad after watching a bunch of YouTube videos? She couldn't find the link in the description. We'll stop if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's super easy. Click subscribe and click the bell when you do. And thanks for supporting the EXP.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
You make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.
Because I got to hang out with my boy Braden, and now I'm hanging out with my favorite lady Wendy.
Well, we were hanging out then too, but
Oh, that's true. But now we're like actually hanging out.
Yeah.
We're talking
with
there's
all
some
these
back and
awesome
forth
people.
With exactly. And guys, by the way, get in there because there's only 2 points separating first and second place right now. So, and it's still very much anybody's game. So do not walk away because that prize package, that Outwash Onslaught prize package, is up for grabs. Wendy, question numero 60.
Numero seis.
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 Siete is 7?
Yes.
Okay, whatever.
All right. Number 6. In what year did Jacques Cousteau pass away?
And you're asking me, wow, Chuck, why are we talking about a dead guy? That's not cool. He, first off, was amazing, and we learned an awful lot from him. But second off, Hell Watch Onslaught is about a get in there and get a dope ass Kickstarter package with a retail value of there you go, bud. 87, 83. Guys, not even in the 80s.
Nope.
No, he lived longer.
He lasted longer than that.
Yeah, he lasted into the next. Okay, yeah, see, Jay is very close. In fact, I would probably tell Jay, don't answer again. Yeah, because we have 2 incorrect answers.
2 incorrect answers?
No, 2 correct.
Yes.
Right? 1997.
Yes, it sounded like you said
Hell Watch
incorrect.
Onslaught is about a shambling strider of a scuba diver, basically. And so I wanted to do like a diving question. So here we are, 1997. He passed away at 87. So he was born in 1910?
Yep. Passed away 2 weeks after he turned 87.
Jeez. Yowza. That is old. And then you have like Betty White, who made it to 99.
Yeah.
She's like, bitch, please, 87. All right. So we had 3 points to Jay, 2 points to Jess, and then points all around. Danny, John, Lyle.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
7.
Number 7. Who was the first Marvel superhero that John Romita Sr. drew regularly?
And this will surprise a lot of people because, well, I'll have to say it later. I think I know what answer everyone's going to throw out there.
So the last question was about a dead guy, and this question is because John Romita Sr. just passed away. So we wanted to kind of honor him a little bit by getting his name in.
So we've got Spider-Man.
Hulk,
we've got
Daredevil.
Hulk, we've got Daredevil. A lot of people would say that it was Daredevil because that was the first book he did regularly for Marvel. But he actually did a superhero before that. Still a Marvel superhero, but let's just say it wasn't called Marvel yet, if that's any kind of clue. So it's one of the Marvel superheroes that predates Marvel.
Yeah, he was drawing for a long time.
Yes, Lyle said 1987, but he died in 1997. Danielle coming in with her first 3-point answer. Regularly, maybe. You're right. Okay, regularly may be a stretch. But it's true. He did do some Captain America in the 50s. I think there was a short run. So Danny gets the 3 points. Lyle gets the 2 points. John's got points. Jess has points. Jay. And you know what? Danielle and Lyle had not yet gotten the 3 points. So
yeah,
they're already starting to climb.
3 or the 2. So yeah.
Was that question 8 or 7?
That was number 7.
7. Okay. Then why don't we do 8?
That sounds good to me. Or we could go to 10 or
you're the boss. I'm doing is steering this thing. You're gas and pedals.
It's just not the other way.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how to drive. I don't have my license.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, number 8. Which British metal band is fronted by openly gay singer Rob Halford?
Okay, JD is giving me a little bit of a hand slap, which is he's right to do. Thank you for that information, because that's what trivia is about, right? Getting all this interesting information. Atlas brought it back for 3 issues in the 50s, but it was still the same post-war Red Scare stories from the 40s, and no one bought them. I bet you now people wish they had them. Oh, look at this right away. 3 points for Jay, 2 points for John. If everybody else wants to mention a band, Judas Priest might not be a bad one to mention. Sex Pistols, thank you. Danielle. Okay, cool. And then just slip in with an answer for that one so we can make sure you get some points. And that was question 8 already?
Yep.
Rob, you're right. Rob is a metal god. And you know me, guys. I'm a huge metal fan. I love that stuff. So I was like, how can we bring in like a good metal question? And also, it's Pride Month. Sever was a LGBTQ romance about a metal band. So how could we put all that together on one question? Right there. That's how we do it. So yeah, and just get some points too.
And Judas Priest was the first concert I went to.
And that's the real reason.
Yeah.
Because it was
Just because
I'd never seen them live.
Really?
Never.
Wow. Iron Maiden?
No.
That was
And I love Iron Maiden.
And that was my first concert.
Yeah. My first concert was Van Halen and Motley Crue.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Guys, what were your favorite metal or your favorite concerts? Not favorite, first concerts.
First. That was definitely
First.
not my favorite.
Yes,
Not
I agree.
By a long shot.
I neither. I loved it, but
It was 1981. I think it was Judas Priest's first album. What? What did you say?
I said I was 2, and it wasn't
Okay.
their first album. They came out in '69.
Oh,
They're a '70s metal band.
yeah. I guess so. Oh, well, they were British though. Like when
They
did
were
they come
British,
to this?
yeah.
Like when did they make their kind of
I
debut in the
don't know.
U.S.? Anyway,
John Stout's first was David Cassidy.
Okay.
Danny did Ricky Martin. Johnny
Martin.
Cash in '67. Live.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's huge.
Eminem.
Eminem, that's a really good one. That's a solid
Yeah.
first concert. But you were a little older when you went to your first concert, I guess, eh, Chaz? I think it was my 14th birthday or something.
I was 13.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we got another question.
We got 2 more questions.
Okay.
So, which horror video game franchise has released the most games?
See, and again, we got the video games in there, and yeah,
Horror.
see, Eminem would have been amazing.
Yeah.
We got the horror in there and video games all in one question. That's how you do it. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I mean,
They want the question one more. Jess wants the question one more time. Which horror
Oh.
video game franchise has released the most games?
Castlevania. That's a good answer.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was right. But it's not.
Yeah. Not Five Nights at Freddy's. Look at it coming in. What's up, Backwoods? Good to see you, man. Mario is not considered a horror game.
And hey,
So, no.
Austin.
And
Glad
what's
you
up,
can make
Austin?
it.
Yeah, absolutely. Not Friday the 13th. Oh, look at this. Jess comes in with Resident Evil. Backwoods comes in with Resident Evil. So 3 points to Jess, 2 to Backwoods, 1 to everybody else. Nicely done. That's right, Resident Evil. I'm surprised that Silent Hill never got mentioned.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it
That's a
wasn't
good one.
the answer, but when I think
Or
horror video games, Silent Hill. Okay. This is question 10?
this is question 10.
Why did you have to say that so slowly?
Because I'm actually still typing up the points,
Oh.
and I had to stop and look up and see where we were at.
I thought you were trying to like slow us down. You're like,
No,
We have a
no,
little
we need to
bit
be done in
more
a couple
time.
minutes, so no. All right, last question. Brothers Jacob and Wilhelm released what collection of dark tales in the early 1800s?
I'm sure you guys are gonna get this one. How can you not? I think you guys are gonna freak out. And all of you put it on at once. Pop, 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 pop. So, brothers Wilhelm and
Jacob
Jacob
released what collection of dark tales in the early 1800s?
Oh, yeah. See, I was right. Bam, bam, bam. So Jay did Grimm. John Stout said Grimm. Austin, Jess, Danielle. Yep. You're all correct. It absolutely was the Grimm brothers. Wendy's now going to go, and if anybody else chimes in, you'll get points. Backwoods, everybody. But, yeah, it's been another great show. Please check out the Forgotten Tome while Wendy is getting all the answers together.
Don't forget to register.
Don't forget to register, yeah. Go to the website. JD's going to put it up in a second. Register, and we will make sure that the winner gets what they get. But even if you're not a winner, register anyways, because we keep track of that. And if you win later on, then
you don't have to send your information.
Yeah, you don't have to send us your information. She said fantastic show. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate you sticking around. And Jess actually has an amazing show on, I believe it's the Fringe FM, but it's also on her YouTube channel. The name is blanking on the name right now.
It again.
Yeah, she has a great show about conspiracies and aliens and all sorts of amazing stuff. I'm going to be on that show very, very soon. Jess, what is the name of your show so we can tell everybody? Because I'm going to be on there soon, but also because I love you and your show is really cool and there's not a lot like it.
Yeah. Escape the Simulation.
Escape the Simulation, yes. Yes. Wendy, do we know who won?
We sure do.
Of course I mentioned. Yeah, I'm very happy to do it. Forget Chuck, let's talk horror. Next week, Ray, next week. Okay, Wendy, who's our special winner?
Well, this week's winner of the Outwash Onslaught Kickstarter package is Jay Burns.
Jay Burns! Dude, that's freaking awesome.
You're going to love it.
Yeah, you're absolutely are going to love it. Look at that. He put up Jess's show. That's so sweet of you, JD. Thank you, buddy. You're a keeper, dude. Yeah, J1, he gets the Outwash Onslaught package, and you know what? I'll see if a couple of you guys might even be able to get some digitals. So
send in your information.
I forgot to ask Braden, but I'm betting. So if you haven't done it before, send us your emails, and we'll see if we can get you some digital copies of Outwash Onslaught. I guess we should probably be heading out, right? Next show is about ready to go there, JD?
Yep, we're heading into Joe's archives for 360 Comics, and he's got lots of really great stuff, so it's coming up next.
Guys, we talked about comics. Now you have the chance to purchase some comics. So go check them out. Congratulations to Jay. Congrats to all of you guys. Jess was really close behind, right?
Yes, it was a very close game tonight.
Yeah. So Jess, keep coming out, all of you guys. Thanks, everyone. Gonna have to thank Edward for that. Yeah. He would have made that a difficult win, and it already was because it was really close between you and Jess. So, guys, thank you so much. My name is Chuck, and I give a fuck. Take care, everybody.
Did you know that every Experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out. Twitch.tv/the_.